Hi, this is a tutorial on how to use Lucid Chart, which is a free flowchart making kind of a device. So, first things first, you gotta make your account. So, it's free, there's absolutely nothing you have to pay for. You just make your own profile, and it will bring you first to this page. This is the page showing you all the documents that you have done or all the collaborations that you have with your friends, your group members, whatever. That's another good thing about Lucidchart, is that you can share your flowcharts so that if you're working in a group, you can collaborate on one chart and improve it. And just for an example, this is a flowchart that we had to do for our bio class, and I am the main creator. As you can see on this right hand side, it says sharing and permissions. I am the owner. My group members are here, and I can change them to be editors. They can only view it, or they can own it as well. Now, if you're going to make a new one, on the left hand side where it says create, just click on it, new document, and they give you a few templates that you can start with. You can select one that you want to, and there's other ones over here on the right hand side. Let's see the different types of templates that they might have. So they have wireframes, mockups, mind maps. As you can see, they have a nice variety of diagrams and different templates that you can use. So we're going to use a blank flowchart for our document. Now you wait a bit and it'll start up. So it's asking for a title for the document. I am going to entitle this document Interspecific interactions. Click OK, and now we can start making our flowchart. One little teeny tiny detail is that Lucidchart works best using Google Chrome. It works fine for Internet Explorer, Firefox, all of that. It's not that it won't work, it's just that Google Chrome is where it works fastest. I've used Lucidchart on Internet Explorer, and it's not really the best, just because there's a lot of lag time between what I'm clicking on and what appears when I'm typing in, and it just doesn't read everything that I am doing that I wanted to do. So for this one, we're gonna start with the basics. So we can have all these things right here. Text, just simple text, put it in there. Text block, a note, which you can use for like a sticky note in your notebook. You can use a note, put it in there to include a fact or an important point that you might not be able to fit into your flowchart really well, but you think is important to remember and important to have there anyway. So that's a good tool. And this, which I haven't really used, but we'll see. Now I'm going to use text and well, with flowchart you have different options that you can use. So you have these basic shapes that you can use in your flowchart itself, either to separate ideas or connect them in a way. Containers and shapes, just to make things interesting. So I think I'm going to start out with a basic circle. Now, as you can see, you just click it and drag it. The line there shows where the middle of the page is, the vertical line, where the middle of the page is there, and there's also a horizontal line that pops up when you get to the middle of the page, the horizontal side. So let's try to find it. Oops, let's to connector arrow. Here it is. So this is the absolute middle of this page. As you can see, the lines will cross vertical and horizontal, just like your XY axis. Now, since this is my flowchart is going to be more of a vertical kind of a process, so I'm going to start out with my first block over here at the top. Expand this a little bit. Now you can just double click it and type in what you want. So again, just like my title, interspecific interactions, since this is the basic main idea for this flowchart. Now, one good thing about Lucidchart and all these flowchart making tools is that you can connect things. So let's see how we're going to do that using one of these other shapes. Now, so for interspecific interactions or for any other kind of topic, you want to start out with your main point. So that will be your first block. Now, for interspecific interactions, there are different kinds. Let's focus on something that is simple. I'm going to use this with Terminator and put it over here. And I'm going to entitle this competition. Now, okay, so now that we have made our second block, we can connect it with an arrow. And you just connect it to this point, and there we have it. We have our first connection in our flowchart. Another thing that you can do for this flowchart is that you can click right on the arrow, and once you do that, you can type something on the line. So let's say for competition, the type of interspecific interaction is that it's negative for one species and negative for the other as well. So neither species benefit from the interaction, and we're gonna put that right here by doing this. Negative, negative. You can actually make that larger over here at the top line, just like how you would in Microsoft Word and everything like that. So negative, oops, negative. That is the type of interaction. Now, you can also do is color in the blocks. So competition, you might think, okay, it's a negative interaction between both species, negative red. So up here at the top of the page, you can choose your fill color. Right now, the fill color is white, so there's nothing in there, so let's try red. As you can see, the color of this block has changed from white to red. Now, that's helpful for those who find color coding very useful, very helpful for them to see connections, make connections, and find patterns as well. Another thing that is good about Lucid Chart is that you can upload images. As you can see here, select an image anytime. So you can choose a file. Let's see. Just find a random picture. Perfect. So let's say the penguins. Oops. Wrong one. Okay. Penguins. Upload it. Okay. So you can see we have our image right here. Now we can take it, drag it, and drop it. Supposed to be able to drop it. Over it on to okay, where did it go? There it is. Hey, where'd the penguin go? So we'll go to but let me fix that. Okay, there it is. Is our picture. Make it smaller. And now we can make this picture part of our flowchart. So this is useful for when you have specific examples. For, let's say, it's given in class, and you want to use it in your flowchart, you can go right ahead and do that. As long as you follow copyright rules and all that, you can use it. So we can say that these penguins are competing on who's the best dancer. So you can say that this is an example. Oops. Make that on as well. Give me a mistake. Click right on it. It is an example of intra-specific competition because they are of the same species. But you realize that it's interspecific interactions broken. If that happens, you can easily just go up here and change it to not say interspecific interaction, but just say species interactions. And as you notice over here on this area of your screen, all changes are saved automatically. So there's absolutely no worry of you losing a file or losing any changes that you've made on your document, since it updates automatically as you change your flowchart. So now, those are basically the different types of things that you can do. Okay, this is the highlight. You can link, you can add an action as your hotspot. Let's take that. As I've said, the notes right here, and type up they don't really fit into the flowchart itself, but it's an important idea that you want to incorporate into your flowchart in some way. So, note and our containers. If we want to further organize our flowchart, we can do this by having a container. We can put some things together better than